So, hi everyone, this is the vlog number 3. I wanted to show you some of the art of Tortuga Pilot Resort. And, well, for example, this is the logo of Tortuga Pilot Resort. This is the one we made, or we come out with, like a mug with some use in it and a little umbrella. And we have also some assets for the game. And this was for finding quests or cleaning the beach. Also some buildings, some cannons, and this enemy, the little gift we made for social media. And we also have the loading screen. We have actually from this one we did it in parts, like this, for us to be able to animate it or to move some pieces, and actually we are working on that. And some more assets, and some rocks, some tiles we have done, some items, some UI items, and some sprites assets, and some things for prefabs. And actually we made Lola. Lola is one of the main villains. Well, not villain, but the competition. She has her own hotel in the Caribbean, so she's like your competition. Also, we are putting some story into it, and we want to show part of the story that Johnny has with Lola. I don't know if I mentioned this, but our pirate, it's Johnny. His name is Johnny. Actually, we did a little banner for it. Okay, that wasn't this one. That's Johnny. And well, we have some parts. I think that will be it. We have reroute plans, debrief, the ones we use for when we destroy the plants and those type of things. We have the tanks, the cannon, a squid, I think it's called, and a swamp monster, and the sprite for Lola. And well, for the art we have, I think that will be it. But this time what I really wanted to show you, it's the things from our NPC behaviors. Actually, I was working on this one earlier this day. Wait, let me check if I apply all the set. Okay, I was modifying this one. Okay, now let me show you. We have of prefabs, our buildings, we have defenses, and extra props, production. For example, that's the cantina. Well, what we got, or what we did was this. We set up some states for the NPC. We got this one, looking, getting a job assigned, waiting. The looking one is when there are multiple buildings. It starts looking if a building is occupied by another NPC, or if it's available for the NPC to move to that building. And then when you are assigned to a building, you get a job, and when you get a job, you have a job assigned, and then you wait for a job to open. That's for each building. We are going to trigger events that make the NPC go to a certain point, do a work, working, and return to the post. And then we have the occupied, defending, or repairing the building. After an invasion ends or something like that, when invasion starts or enemies are attacking, the NPC is going to try to defend the building. It's actually very weak, but it's for stalling the enemy and things like that. And then if the NPC survives, then the building is going to it's going to start repairing the building. So we got that one. The initial state is looking. Then we got the building assigned. The action points are when it has a target, or that's what we call the action point. For example, here in the buildings, we got the spawn point, the sprites, the levels, and we got these action points that would be a referral for a point to do something. For example, after another NPC, the guest NPC comes and consumes a drink or something, or drops garbage or something like that, that action point would enable itself to be available for work for the NPC here. And actually, we are going to use the building checks for the action points, and the NPCs, it keeps track of them. And for example, when you upgrade the building, you get new action points or new interactions for the same building. Some are only for the NPC, others are for the player, and you have production of gold and things like that. And actually, for example, for the NPC, for these states, we are planning to assign a certain type of job. For example, in the NPC, in the action points, we have a type of it actually activates itself. It has different states: active, NPC assigned, NPC working, finish, and waiting. And then it gets a scriptable object that is going to assign distinct points of action. For example, the ones you can repair at, the ones you can clean, attend the guest, something like that. It actually has time to finish, time to refresh. These actions and timers are subject to change. So we got it on the scriptable, and that help us making more action points, and we can make use distinct animations for the NPC. Right now we actually don't get any type of animation, but we got the system working. Now I'm going to show it to you. Let me make this one maximum play. And actually we got a grid generated with a A-star algorithm. Actually it's a semi-free source for Unity that helps you manage this stuff to find points in a certain grid, and it's how we do the movable NPCs and enemies. Now the NPC, we got the NPC controller and the movement part. We got the velocity, read button, etc. And that's a script from the A-star algorithm, the plugin for Unity. Actually, we didn't use the pre-made assets, but we keep track of them here in the movement and the look and the NPC controller for it to assign certain points. For example, as we said, we manage these ones, and it has a looking time and an action. So let's see it. For example, right now the action starts when the NPC responds in the start statement. So the NPC looks for a point, for the point of the building, and then when it arrives, it's available for work. So every time that the building refresh an action, it looks for an NPC to assign, and if the NPC is available, it goes to the point, it interacts for a certain amount of time, and when the NPC arrives to that interaction point, then the part of the scriptable object of the action point tells the NPC how much time it needs here to finish the work, and then it returns to a resting point, and then it assigns itself to the next point in that activates in the building, or there is available. Obviously, if you have more than one NPC, the one NPC is going to go for 1 point if available, and the other one is going to go to the next point. It goes into a list, and it stacks itself. So to make a clearer path of this. The pirate starts looking, but here it finds a building. Here it assigns itself quickly because it was looking for a building. Then it assigns the building as a part of its params, and then the building has this assigned. If we see, for example, the action point is not assigned, it assigns itself when the building has an opening for something like that. Job assigned means the NPC knows where to go and when it arrives. For example, right there, now that it has a place to work, now it waits for it to have a job opening. For example, now when the time passes for the building right here, the NPC it's going to change his state to go to work because he got an action point assigned right here. And then the action point itself has its time or to finish and it's time to activate. These ones are going to be distinct after we test a little bit. But then the NPC starts working. When it finishes, let's return to post. And now it's winning again. And then when the time of another action point refresh, the NPC is going to assign itself to that point and it's going to go work again. And that's how it simply works. And when an enemy interacts with the building, we are going to set a state of defending. It's going to look for the enemies that is closer to the building, and it's going to start fighting them or trying to repel them. Actually, we're going to have distinct types of NPCs. We want one that is a worker like this one, and we want another ones to be like bodyguards or something like that. So that's how our enemy system, the NPC system works, and that's with all buildings, and they have basically the same structure and the same things in it. So I'm going to return because I don't want to. So demo. Save. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. Sorry for the delay. Thank you for commenting on the other social media and sending us requests of talking of this one. Please tell me if you want us to talk about a certain theme or subject from what the NPC. How's it? See differences. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was seeing some differences there, but I didn't know I changed it. So let me just check that. Well, it must be nothing. So that was it for this video. Please tell us what would you like to see in this channel, like talks about certain video games or certain things we are making this in this game. For example, this time we saw how the NPC work. If you want to see something specific from the game, or a certain art or something specific, please tell us in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe and like and share and all that stuff. Sorry for the delay uploading this video. I was swamped with some work from this time. I hope everyone is doing well, and well, thanks for watching. So goodbye, see you later, saludos.